So today in this class I'll be discussing about the new unit number 6, that is current electricity. So you might have learned few concepts of current electricity in your PUC first year or second year. So again here in this BSc lectures also you will be learning the same thing. So in that first you have Laplace or Boyd-Savart law. So I think you all might have learned that in your PUC second year, I guess. So let us start. So if you have a current which is passing through a conductor, so let's suppose you have a conductor and there is a current which is passing through this conductor. So this current produces magnetic field around it, and that is known as magnetic effect of current. So what is this? Magnetic effect of current. So whenever there is a current which is passing through a conductor, then there will be the formation of magnetic field around this conductor, and that effect is known as magnetic effect of current. So to know the direction of the current, you might have learned few rules. So the first one is Ampere's swimming rule, right hand rule, left hand rule. So all this you might have learned in your previous lecture. So now in this class, let us go for the Laplace or Boyd-Savart law or rule. So to understand this rule, you need to first have the conductor. So let's suppose you have a conductor XY, which is somewhat like this. So you have a conductor XY which is carrying a current I in the north direction. So this is X point and this is Y. So you have a conductor XY and this XY carries a current I. So now for this, let P, so there is a point P. So let this point P be at a distance R from this conductor or the current element. So this distance is how much? So this is R. So this point is away from the current element. So now if you see, or let us take a small element of this conductor and let us call it as DL or delta L. So this small element of the conductor can be called as delta L. Clear? And this is making an angle theta with the radius and the current element. Now here the magnetic field will be in this direction, delta B. So this is the basic diagram that you have to understand before going to the rule. So what we have done, so we have taken the conductor XY and this conductor carries a current I, and we have took a point P which is away from the conductor XY and it is at a distance R from the current element. And next in this conductor we have considered small element dl, and the direction of magnetic field is perpendicular to radius vector. And here what is theta? Theta is the angle between the direction of current element and the line joining the point to the current element. So that is theta. So from this, what Laplace rule states is, so it states magnetic field at a point, so magnetic field at a point P due to this current element. So this will be directly proportional to length of the current element, that is delta L, and it is also directly proportional to current which is passing through the conductor. And the third is, it is also proportional to the sine of the angle between the current element and the line joining, that is sine theta. And the fourth is delta B is directly proportional to what? So 1 by r square, that is square of the distance between the point and the current element. So this is what the Laplace rule states. So you have a magnetic field, and this magnetic field is directly proportional to this element, and this magnetic field is also directly proportional to the current that is passing through the conductor, and magnetic field is also directly proportional to the sine of the angle between current element and the distance between the point and the conductor, and this delta B is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between current element and the point. So hope this is clear to you all. So if you want, you can also write it in the words form. So magnetic field at a point due to current element, it is directly proportional to what? First is length of the current element, and second one would be, so it is directly proportional to current, and the third is what? Angle between sine of angle between the current element and line joining the point, and it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the point and the current element. So if this derivation, if they ask in exam, then first you have to write the consideration. So here I have not written the consideration, I have directly jumped to what and all the physical quantities does this delta B depends. So first you have to write the consideration. So after that you have to write this points, and then later you can mathematically show how delta B is related to L, I, sin theta and R square. So if you combine all these equations, then you get the final equation. The final equation for what? Final equation for delta B. So delta B can be written as what? So delta B is equals to, so delta L multiplied by I multiplied by sin theta divided by R square. So how did we write this? So here we have 4 equations. Combine all these equations, then you get this equation. So delta B is equals to delta L I sin theta by r square. So this is not equals to, so this is proportional to. So now if you remove the proportionality, then you get proportionality constant K I delta L sin theta by r square. So what is K here? So K is proportionality constant. So K is proportionality constant, and the value of K is, so value of K is mu naught by 4 pi, and mu naught is permeability of air. So now substitute this value of K in this, what you will get is delta B is equals to mu naught by 4 pi I delta L sin theta by r square. So hope this derivation is clear to you all. So what we have done here is, so we have taken a current element, and then in that we have taken a small element dl. So because of this dl element, we are checking what is the delta B. So for this we got the equation delta B as mu naught by 4 pi I delta L by r square sin theta. So this equation is important equation. So if you can remember this, that is well and good. So if you can't remember this, then you should remember this. So with the diagram, you should also be in a position to tell to what and all the physical quantities does this delta B depends on. So if you know that, then you can directly write the equation for Laplace law. So this is what delta B is. Delta B is equals to mu naught by 4 pi I delta L sin theta by r square. Now let us move to the another concept. So we have next derivation, magnetic field at a point due to long straight conductor which is carrying a current. So magnetic field at a point due to a long straight conductor carrying current. So this is the next derivation that you have in the unit 6. So now let us consider a long straight conductor as xy. So here you have long straight conductor xy. So for this there will be again a point P which is at a distance r from the long straight conductor. And this can be denoted as r. So from here to here it is r. So this point P will be in a perpendicular distance from the xy conductor, and this xy carries a current in this direction. So here you have current I. So current is moving from x to y. So now for this we have to find magnetic field at a point P due to a small element from this current carrying conductor. So for that let us take a small element AB. So here let us take this as a small element. And this small element is delta L. So from this, if you draw the perpendicular line which joins A to P and P to B, so there will be the overall angle phi which will be made and this angle will be d phi, obviously, because this is very small. So small angle d phi will be made, and the distance from here to here is x. So x is the distance from A to P. Now what you have to do is, so you have to draw the perpendicular line from A to P. So this line should be perpendicular to line BP. So now here there will be the formation of angle theta, and let us call this as point C, and this point be O. So here is the diagram for the magnetic field at a point P due to long straight conductor which is carrying a current. So what we have done here is, so it is so simple. So you have to take, so as mentioned in the derivation, you have to take long straight conductor. So you have taken xy as a long straight conductor, and what we have to do is, so we have to find magnetic field at a point. So let us consider a point P which is away from the long straight conductor, and the distance is r. Now let us take a small element dl in the long straight conductor which is carrying current. So for this small element, what is the field at point P we have to find. So to do that, first we have to draw a straight line from A to P and B to P, and then first draw the perpendicular line from A to C, and then here if you see, so this angle is phi, and the small angle which is formed by joining these two lines is d phi. So this is the basic diagram that you have to understand. So from the Laplace law, you can write delta B at a point as delta B will be equals to what? Nu naught by 4 pi I delta L by R square sin theta. So this is what the equation that we got from the last derivation. So here if you observe, the distance from A to P is x. So you should change this r square to x square from the diagram. So delta B is equals to nu naught by 4 pi I delta L by x square sin theta. So now what we have done is, we have drawn AC which is perpendicular to BP. So from triangle ABC, from triangle ABC, so what is sin theta there? So here you have triangle ABC, and here is the angle theta. So the side opposite to theta will be opposite side of the triangle, and this is the base. So now I can write sin theta as AC by AB. Clear? AC by AB. So this is what sin theta from the triangle ABC. Now let us take AC. So we have to find AC. So AC is equals to sin theta into AB. So now we know from the diagram AB is equals to delta L. So substitute that here. So AC is equals to sin theta into delta L. So you can also write delta L sin theta. So AC is equals to delta L sin theta. So let us call this as equation number 1 and this as equation number 2. So we have two equations here. Now similarly for an arc AC, so here you have an arc and here you have an angle d phi, and you know the distance as x. So from this arc, so for this arc AC we can write AC will be equals to x d phi. So plane angle, solid angle you might have learned in PUC first year. So using that, so we can write arc AC as del phi x. Arc AC is equals to x d phi. So let us call this as equation number 3. So you have equation 1, 2 and 3. Now if you observe, here also you have AC and here in equation 3 also you have AC. Now let us equate these two equations. So from equation 2 and 3 we have what we have, x d phi is equals to del L sine theta. So here we got to know that del L sine theta is equals to x d phi. So let us call this as equation number 4. So equation number 4 is delta L sine theta is equals to x d phi. So now here if you observe, so in equation number 1 we have delta L sine theta divided by x square. So here we have delta L sine theta is equals to x d phi. So if I substitute this here, then we can cancel out the x and have the equation in terms of d phi. So let us substitute equation 4 in equation 1. Equation 4 in equation 1. So what was the equation 1? So delta B is equals to nu naught by 4 pi into 1 by x square. So then we can write delta L sine theta as x d phi. So we have left current I. So let me write this as I. So nu naught by 4 pi I by x square. So delta L sine theta has been replaced with x d phi. So from this you can cancel out x and x. So what will be left? Delta B is equals to nu naught by 4 pi I by x del phi. Clear? So now next let us move further. So again what we have is delta B is equals to nu naught by 4 pi I x del d phi. Next, consider a right angle triangle APO. So here you have APO as a right angle triangle. So from this right angle triangle you have to take cos phi. So phi, the opposite side of the angle will be opposite side. We need cos phi. Cos is what? Adjacent by hypotenuse. So that is OP divided by AP. So this side will be opposite side. So from that if I write from right angle triangle APO, cos phi is equals to OP by AP, which is what? So what is OP and what is AP? So from diagram if you see, OP is R and AP is X. So here it is X, here it is R. So substitute that here. Cos phi is equals to OP is R, AP is X. So we got cos phi as R by X. So now here we have X. So in the above equation, let us call this as equation number 5. So in equation number 5 we have x. So convert this expression in the form of x. So x is equals to what? R by cos phi. So substitute this value of x in this equation, then what you will get? Delta b is equals to nu naught by 4 pi I divided by r multiplied by cos phi d phi. So I have just substituted the value of x in this equation, that is in equation number 5. So we got delta b is equals to nu naught by 4 pi into I by r into cos phi d phi. So this is the delta b. Now we have to find total field at a point due to entire length of the coil. So this is just from the current element dl. So now here you have whole xy current element. So we have considered only this part of the xy. Now if we want to know what is magnetic field at point P due to whole element xy, then what we have to do? So we have to do integration. So integration of delta b is equals to, so minus from phi 1 to phi 2, which is nu naught by 4 pi into I cos phi by r into d phi. So now let us integrate. So integration of dv will be b. So here nu naught by 4 pi into 1 by r into I will be constant. So what will be left is integration from minus phi 1 to phi 2 cos phi d phi. So next, so I nu naught by 4 pi r will be multiplied by, so integration of cos phi is sin phi. So limit is from minus phi 1 to phi 2. Clear? Now substitute the limits. So I nu naught by 4 pi r, upper limit minus lower limit, sin phi 2 minus of sin phi 2. So sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. So minus sin theta and this minus. So minus into minus it will be plus. So I nu naught by 4 pi r sin phi 2 plus sin phi 1. So this is phi 1. So this is the expression for B. Now if you take the infinitely long straight conductor, then phi 1 and phi 2 will be equals to 90 degree. So sin 90 is 1. So if you substitute that, B will be equals to I nu naught by 4 pi r. So sin 90 is 1 plus 1. So that means B is equals to I nu naught by 4 pi r into 2. So 2 1s, 2 2s. What will be left is B is equals to I nu naught by 2 pi r. So this is the final expression for the magnetic field at a point due to the long straight conductor, current carrying conductor. So that is B is equals to nu naught I divided by 2 pi r. So hope this derivation is clear to you all. So in our next lecture, I will be discussing about the magnetic field at a point along the axis of a circular coil carrying current. So this was the derivation. Magnetic field at a point due to long straight current carrying conductor.